Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mona J. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Please give me a thumbs up. If you're my returning subscriber, you guys already know the drill. Thank you for always stopping by, commenting, sharing, and liking. Your comment would mean a lot to me. Today we're gonna take a break of the real estate, the building aspects of things. We're gonna dive into things that I observe in the African community when it comes to separation from our spouses involving children. This system works against men. And some of us African, we are taking advantage of it in a sense that we're doing it to hurt the men. But when kids are involved, we're not considering those children. We're not considering our children when it comes to separation. So today I'm just here to urge us, separation is okay. Breakup is okay. We don't have to try to hurt one another because things didn't work out. And in the end, it's the children who are suffering. But because they're kids, they can't speak up, they live with it. In the African community, a lot of single women, young girls in the African community raising children on their own. And when they have a fight with their boyfriends, when they're not together, they take their children. And then they prevent the father from seeing the child. You can't see my daughter. You can't see my son. When they come close, you call the police. And then if they don't show up, they don't show concern, you get angry. What exactly is making you angry? You don't want this person around. At the same time, you get angry if they stay away. I'm not saying this to attack anybody. As you know, before I talk about something, I relate to the information that I'm putting out there. Sometimes it's those men who cause the problem themselves. And some of those other men, they're very innocent, who are trying so hard to be in the lives of their children, but the mothers, they will not allow it to happen. Before I go into the story, let me tell y'all my own experience. Sometimes the men can find their own problems. Y'all know I have my two beautiful kids by the same father. But let me tell you, even me and my baby daddy were in this child support thing. It's now a secret. Almost everybody know. I'm putting my business out there. It goes to both men and the women. How the men cause their own problem and how the women, we cause the problem for our children. My baby daddy, we had a conflict where the law was involved. As you all know, when something like that happen in a home, they can send the child protective service, right? They came. A lot of people don't know this story, and my baby daddy actually tried to, in a way, where they can take my daughter, and I didn't even think it was called for. But that day, I guess it was God who was working. I was asleep, and this little baby came to wake me up. Like, people came to see me, and they were already in the middle of the conversation. And my baby daddy said so many things that actually made me to cry. When I woke up, I stood at the door. I listened to the entire conversation. When he finally got through talking, I just asked him, why? Is everything you're saying really necessary? If you want to take the girl, you can take her. But why tarnish my image? Things are not even true. He said so many things to the people, but you know what? When you have a clear heart, God always fights for you. Those people left after they asked me. I told them I don't have nothing to say because he already said enough. What am I going to say to convince who? But y'all know when y'all have a fight, let me tell you now, those of you have children in school, when you have a fight with your spouse in a home where the children were involved and police come, even though it will take both of you story, they will still go to that school and go ask that child if that child able to talk. And that's what happened. And the story my daughter and her cousin give, it aligned because the lady called me later to ask me and I explained to her. So it was the same story that the children actually told them when they went to the school. I didn't know they went to the school. So she called me, she's like, this is what happened, and I know you're You won't make up any story just to have your daughter. And people like that, she's referring to my baby daddy. People like that will say anything to be favored. That's what the lady told me. So I advise you to do this. So she said you're gonna have the child, but the way he was going about things, so I left. And then the argument, oh, with my daughter, you don't want my daughter to come see me, you don't want my daughter to do this, like it was hostile. So I was told by the CPS, if it's continue like that, I can the restraining order. And when that thing happened, law got involved. We were scheduled a court, and he said we have to give 50-50 custody, which I don't have problem with. I don't. As long you stay your lane, we'll take care of the children. That's my own concern. And that's what most of us Liberians are lacking, or Africans. Once you have problem with the person and you feel like the child is only yours, the father shouldn't see the child. That was the only reason I placed the restraining order on the guy for 2 years. But did he abide by the restraining order? No. The first few months, maybe 6 months to a year, he did. After that, everything went out the window because I'm soft. They decided the child support. It wasn't me. No day that I'll even decide I'm going to put child support on my baby, on my children's father. As long he's helping. It was shared custody to where we mean downtown because it was restraining order. I had to drop the child off and leave. He's gonna go for an hour. But once he leave from there, then I'll go to pick up my baby. Do we really need to go through all this thing? I don't. So he talked to me for us to do among ourselves. Okay, we decided to. But the thing is, some of those men, when law is involved, they align themselves. But where law is not involved, when they're supposed to come pick up their kids, they don't. When they're supposed to do that, they do not. That's how child support was placed on my daughter's father. It wasn't me that take my capital K the way I get killed to but sometimes it's some of those men that can bring it upon themselves. If I know you're making enough money and you're refusing to help me, trust and believe I will. There's a difference being nice and being stupid. That time, what we didn't consider what the child is going through. Drop her off, and then person come, another person come, be asking for their daddy. And I want to hear in my ear, if you ask for your daddy again, I will beat you. This is my story. But prior to all this, I'm not exempted. Prior to us coming this far, going to court and child protective service being involved. Prior to that, when this guy and myself fight, I don't want him at my house. I don't want him near my daughter. But then I fail to realize the psychological effect that is having on my daughter. Because this child used to be with their father when times are good. They will hang out with their parent. And then once we have a fight, we'll cut off that relationship. But that have to do with us. It got nothing to do with the child. I know it's difficult, it's hard, and trust and belief. When this person and myself finally went our separate ways, it hurts. Who said it doesn't hurt? Especially reason why you guys went your separate ways. Sometimes it hurts. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Sometimes it hurts to where you don't even want to see him at all. But at the end of the day, if you have child together, it's difficult. But as difficult as it is, we have to consider the children. They need their father's love. The system is set up in a way that for us, we women to feel like it's favoring us. Yes, it's favoring us in terms of keeping the children, but they're also taking away from us, which is they're creating a gap between the father and the child. Now the child, some of you, because you're not wanting a father to come around, you want to do everything for the child. Anything they ask for, you'll give it. This one, you'll do it. So the child won't feel that they're missing out. You'll allow them to do anything they want. give them anything that they want. Some of those kids they will appreciate, but some of them grow knowing nothing but to just get, and you start having problems. You say, oh, you are not helping me. I was doing everything for the child. I was doing this, I was doing that. It's happening a lot in the African communities. We keep the fathers away, but at the same time we're not giving the children 100% that they need. As sad, as bitter as this is, as they want to keep black homes separated, and y'all can see it. A friend of mine I was talking to the last time, he said that, oh, tax return coming, you find your tax early or late. So I said, I'm finding my own very early. He said, you claim your own 2 children? I said, no, I claiming one. My baby daddy claiming the other one. He said, you really good baby mama. You can even let your baby part to be coming to your house and to get his children. You can allow him to claim his daughter. Some baby man and that's sad, especially the Liberian girls. You are suffering yourself for nothing. Stop suffering yourself. Let the men play their own parts. I'm not gonna raise anybody child while the men out there hopping from bed to bed or doing for other people's children. Then me, I should be here struggling by myself. It's not happening. If you refuse to do it now, and now we'll have to go the child support route. But if we're working together, my people, allow these men, let them come pick up their children. Let them come pick up their children on the weekend. If that weekend you're off, on that day, why you give all this burden? You're putting all the burdens on yourself. Allow this man to carry his child or carry his children. Let the children spend 3-4 days with him. Have your own peace and do things for yourself. But you won't clinch to the children. Oh, you don't can see my children, don't can do this. You want you finish suffering from 5 years old to when 13, 14. The father not coming around. You're doing everything on your own. You're working 16 hours just so you make sure your child is happy. Let me tell you, at the end of the day, when that child grow up, they will know their father regardless. I don't care whatever you explain to them, except that daddy there. How the American people can call it deadbeat dad, who just doesn't care at all, don't care father. I'm not talking about them. You'll suffer yourself. If that child becomes successful in the future, they will take care of you, but they will still find their daddy. You yourself, what than it, if somebody was going to keep your power from you, when you grow, you now want to know who your father is. We human. It will happen. And then it will hurt your feelings. Why you had to suffer all these years, and now your child is in search of her father or of his father. Stop suffering yourself. Even in that child support money, how much some of you are getting, that you're giving yourself stress. Nobody stressing my stress. So can't get your children. I need 2 days off. I need to travel when I want to travel. You get your children. When you want to travel, bring them. I will take care of them. But when I want to travel, you better come get your children. I'm traveling. And some of you are lacking that. Don't you ready to tell your children go pack them to your man in your house? Why? If the daddy can do his own job, that's his responsibility. Even if you're not together, create that room. As much as you don't want to see him, as much as you hate him. You think I like the fact that my baby daddy, like, I have to see him every day? I don't. But guess what? I have it in my mind. He's not here for me. I'm not here for him. As long he's taking care of his kids, and that's all I want. That's me personally. I don't know about y'all. Some people my friend can be telling me, oh, that's how you want your baby daddy to treat you. Your baby daddy can show up to you. The thing is, that's you. Just keep your children from your baby daddy then. In fact, why create force if you can create peace for yourself? Your children are happy, you are happy. They don't mean you don't have to want this man, or he have to want you. Besides that, you say you don't want him, right? Or like he the one say he doesn't want you. Still, let him take your children. All the thing I'm saying, I know it sounds easy. It's not easy. Okay, it's not easy. And some of us women, we can hold on to something we can't let go. This thing happened 5, 6, 7 years ago. Let it go. He can screw anybody he wants. You yourself, you can see anybody that you want to see. What exactly is still making you angry? Give the man the chance to see his child. Let them see their children. I know some people, they schedule meeting to go and pick up their children. The person got there and they call the police, say they're trespassing. A complete wickedness. And then later on, now you say, oh, you're suffering. I'm at one taking care of the children and you are not helping. How do you expect the person to help you? Just because this law gave you a small edge, you're taking out your own destroy our own African men now. I'm not worried, I'll talk about the men later. You shouldn't allow the system. We have culture, we have value, but America is trying to take everything out of us and behave just how they program the black. If we're gonna adapt to something, you gotta adapt to the good ones. Because we come here, we mean the people system yet now we want to act like them. The people system is set up in a way to suppress black families. You all see that every day. And this is not new. Before we came into the people country, then in a way they make it seem like, oh, they're helping black women. It's okay for you to leave your children part, we'll give you full stamp. And some of us who can be happy, I'm not exempted. I used to get full stamp. If you not work, we'll give you full stamp. You get 4 children, we'll give you full stamp. But those 4 children, no father in the home. It's how the system is set up. That's suppressing you. Let me even give you an example. A few days ago, I was in a hospital with my daughter, right? I was staying in the hospital for like 3 days. Her insurance, I called the people like for renewal and they asked for my check stub. I sent my check stub. And this lady have the mind to tell me that, oh, you make too much. So your daughter is not qualified. They're only here to help you when you making the bare minimum where you can barely feed yourself. Then they say we'll give you full stamp. You made too much, we can't get you full stamp. You made too much, your children can get insurance. But when you're not making any money, we will help you. When you're not getting no bills to pay, we will help you. Like those people out there in the street, the homeless, they give them phones, they give them food stamps, they give them what's the other thing that man was telling me? They do all these things for them. So tell me, is that helping? They're not helping. They're helping you to kill yourself slowly. That's how the system is set up. So my people, you gotta do all we can to help our children, help ourselves. And if relationship doesn't work out, you gotta consider those children first. They put our feelings aside because half of the time is we go with how we feel with our feelings. Oh, you hurt me, so I'm gonna keep this one. I'm gonna keep your children from you. Or you get new woman and your new woman will not come near my children. Why? Let a new woman do her job. Except you choose my children bad, that's the only way I'll come for you. Other than that, that's your husband's children. Take care of them. Just the way I'm taking care of them. Some of you, you're not want to do it. Your wife and I can't near my children. But you do anything funny with my children, you know, life will not be funny. I will come for you with full chest. But if your ex love your child or your children and he has girlfriend now who also like your children, don't stop them. Let them do their job. It's their own part of the job. When that child grow up tomorrow, everybody will benefit. Stop suffering yourself. I call this suffering you, and we are suffering the children. You rather take them to somebody else's house to take care of them until you can come from work. Why the daddy doing nothing? After you finish pushing 16, then you can't drive a distance to go pick up your children and bring them home before you can start cooking. My people, you think about it. I'm not bashing anybody, but just think about it. Those wanting that the father, they're not in our lives at all. Maybe they're in prison. I'm not talking about them. But your children partner in prison. You're going from club to club, you're going from party to party. And you say you vex with him. You might not can pick up your children. You're suffering yourself, my sister. If I were you, I would not do it. I will not do it. My advice. Let us adapt to the habit where we can nurture our children together or separate. You still can. Relax your heart. It's okay. Breaking up is okay. You're not forced to be with that person. The fact that you are angry, say, why are you even angry, Seth? You don't want this person and you're not with that person. So why are you still angry? You should be rejoicing for you to do things together instead of being angry. It's not every time, or you still need your personal space, because once you get too close, and that's the same thing with my baby daddy. When I get too close, you get too comfortable and start acting like we're still together, and we're not. Know your boundary. Don't cross your boundary. You start thinking, who can eat in my house? Who can come visit me? It's not in your place to tell me that. So, my people, that's that. With that being said, I hope this makes sense. I've been seeing it a lot in the African community. I'm not trying to attack anybody. Those I'm close to who are also single mothers, and y'all will feel like I'm trying to attack y'all. I'm not. It's happening to myself. At least I'm using myself as an example. I'm a single mom with two children. My baby father and myself, we're not together, but he's taking a full responsibility. He helps me with the kids. He takes the children. He's on child support, but he still helps me with the children. You almost every day he picks up the children and bring them back in the evening, help them with homework. I want to give him that much credit. If some of you keeping your children, your children father away, some of you can't even help your children with schoolwork. Some of you can't even read and write before we'll be able to help their children in assignments. You can't help them to do their homework. Either they get it done at school. When they come home, they do what they can. Whatever they cannot do on their own, they take it back to school. If the father is there, he will close that gap. Even if you're not together, it's for your own child future. If they are enter this house and heaven is not here, you all know how I can be happy on the phone. I'll go tear bath, finish taking bath, I rub my donut grease or that pancana oil. When I finish rubbing it, I something myself. I eat good. I eat good. I can't relax myself, start watching my movie now. I'm gone. I will sleep like a baby. Give yourself that. We all need that moment. We all need that break. If your children partner in jail, let him take care of his responsibility. With that being said, guys, that's all I have for today. I hope it makes sense, and I hope some of you will try to reconsider. If you actually going through that, pray about it. That God Himself will give you that inner peace, that to allow this person to help you with your children. It's not easy. I'm not gonna lie. It used to hurt me inside, but I pray about it. I ask God, God, give me peace. Take every hate in me for this person. Take it away. If I don't want to be with him, I don't need to hate him. I don't need to have this hate within me. It helped. That's all I have for today.